You know, you think everybody would be happy about that wall coming down in Berlin, but there's always a group of naysayers. I saw the wall being picketed by a group calling itself East Berliners for Handball, and evidently got a little pissed off. A lot of elderly Berliners complaining about drafts. You know, they're... And now that wall's come down in Berlin, isn't it about time we did something about that barrier between Virginia and West Virginia? And isn't it time for the West Virginians to start sharing some of their rapid advancements in the field of musketry? No, you poke the ball down twice with the steel rod. Thank you, Jessup. Hey, I've been to West Virginia. Be glad you live on this side of the culture warp. There are guys in West Virginia building additions on mobile homes. This is the sort of place where they test market Dynasty cologne. Oh, Crystal wears it. It's so fucking sad. I think the only more backward place I've ever been is Tulsa, Oklahoma. Have all this nouveau gauche oil money floating around down there. The local citizenry is comprised of the cast of extras from The Grapes of Wrath. They're not quite sure what to do with their newfound petrodollars, so you see a lot of 450 SLs with Six Flag Amusement Park bumper stickers on. These are the sort of people who send in the $3 for the written transcript of that day's Sally Jesse Raphael show, you know. When they eventually get 50 of them together, they like to have them bound to use as a reference work, you know, for the kids. I've been traveling a lot. I make Jack Kerouac look like an agoraphobic. I was in Greece, actually Greece 2, and want to know how amazingly brilliant the ancient Greeks were, folks? The Parthenon is cable ready. I was also in LA. I love Louisiana. And you know, while I was down there, I visited Nashville, Tennessee. I had never been to Nashville before, but I believe years ago I had relatives who lived there and worked in the sequin mines. I've been flying a lot. Flying in this country has turned into an amazingly arduous process, especially boarding the plane, which has now become this tedious Bataan death march with American Tourister overnight bags. Just get stuck behind this one guy who takes forever to get situated. He's clogging the aisle like a piece of human cholesterol jammed in the passengerial artery. You just want to get that soft drink cart and flush his ass out the back doors. Folding that sport jacket like he's in the color guard at Arlington National Cemetery. Or else I get stuck behind a wizard who wants to beat the system by gaffer taping a twine handle onto a Frigidaire freezer box and calling it carry-on. You know, they're wedging it into the overhead with hydraulic jacks. It's like trying to get Pavarotti into a wetsuit, for Christ's sake. And exactly when did stewardesses in this country get so fucking cranky? Now, I know it's a tough job. There's got to be 1,000 different ways to tie that neckerchief, but why piss on me, huh? You know, the worst thing about it is they don't even come clean with you and tell you how much they hate you. They treat you with that highly contrived air of mock civility, that tight, pursed-lipped grin where they nod mild agreement at everything you say. You know right behind that faceplate they barely tolerate your very existence. I'd rather they just come out in the open and say, hey, listen, fuckhead! When I was 18 years old, I made a horrible vocational error, all right? I turned my entire adult life in for cheap airfare to Barbados. Now I've got hair the tensile strength of Elsa Lancaster and Bride of Frankenstein. I haven't met Mr. Right. I'm a waitress in a bad restaurant at 37,000 feet. Jam your diet, slice up your ass, all right? Nice to see I'm not alone in my disgruntlement. At least show me something. Come down the aisle like the old broad from Russia with Love with a knife point coming out of her shoe, you know. Peanuts, Mr. Bond? What about when you leave the plane and they've got him propped up near the front door in that complete android catatonic stupor where they look like the Yul Brynner robot from Westworld when he blew a head pipe and Ice Marcus Welby's assistant, you know, like, bye, 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 bye. It's like you're fucking stockbroker on Thorazine or something. And am I the only one who likes to get on a plane and unwind with a good book, sit there in a little peace and quiet? I'm constantly in conversations with complete strangers. I'm always being approached by these overly ebullient Jonathan Livingston human types, this 18-year-old kid who's on his way back from Aruba and wants to show me the skull bong he purchased there that's carved out of volcanic rock. You know, he's always got a dream he wants me to interpret for him. What am I, fucking Queequeg? Get a shrink.